It's JR again. So today we're going to take a very basic, simple look at our body under the skin. So I know I've said it before, most of us in the West live from the neck up. I had an exchange with somebody today, and they were telling me about one side of their body was developed and the other side was less developed, and I asked them a question and they just went blank. They went blank because they went into their head to find the answer about their body, instead of the ego going, okay, I don't know, let me go and have a look in the body and find out. And we played this game, and finally the mind said, okay, I don't know. And so was willing to go look. And they knew the answer. The wisdom of the body, our knowing, our intuition. When we start to tap into it, it's a wellspring that guides us, that reveals, that's in tune with the divine. All that becomes accessible. So just gently educating the mind and the ego about what we look like, what's our structure. Most of us know what our face looks like. Not so many of us know what our arm looks like, the whole arm, not an objectified body part. The most important, the vital key in our structure is our spine. Whatever we do, the integrity of the spine can't be compromised. So very simply, just think of your spine, neck, back, upper back, middle back, lower back. Head sits right on top of the spine. Shoulder girdle, that is a ball and socket, and the arm fits into that and hangs down. Just like the hip, ball and socket, leg sits in and hangs down. So if you think about it, the spine houses our nervous system. Most critical. Let's put it this way. Muscles move bones. Usually where two bones meet, which is a joint. So if I have this muscle and this joint, the attachment of the bicep attaches to the lower arm, and muscles can do two things: get longer or shorter. Let's not get into fancy terms like contraction, which I hear a lot. Just it lengthens or shortens. So it attaches below, and when it contracts, it gets shorter, so it pulls the attachment up with it. Doing what? I have never asked somebody what that is without them saying a variety of clever answers. And I'm always like, what would you say to a 5-year-old? What is that muscle doing? Very simply, if the bicep gets shorter as it pulls on the lower arm, it bends the arm. That's what it does. So when you're doing a bicep curl, that's what you're doing. You're using this muscle to perform its task, which is to bend the arm. Muscles work in opposition. So if that bends the arm and that lengthens, then when that shortens and pulls below, what does it do? Straightens the arm. The same with the front of the thigh. It attaches below the knee. As it gets shorter, it pulls the lower leg up and straightens the leg. Same thing at the back. The hamstring pulls on the lower leg, bringing the heel to the bottom, bending the leg. Simple, okay? It's important to know what you're doing. We always know what we're doing. When we want to manifest, the very first thing is, what do I want? I've got to know. If I don't know where I want to go, I'll never get there. If I want to go to LA and I call the airlines and I say, I want to go away, I want a vacation, I want to go in the sun, I'm not going anywhere, am I? Clear. Your body is like a lovely, obliging child. If you don't tell a child, go and tidy your room, it probably won't. If you don't tell your body what to do, it will find the easiest way to do it. That's its job. That may not be the best way, it may not be the most effective way, and it may compromise you. So we need to help it. We need to work in tandem. That's why we took on a body in this lifetime. So that's very simple, okay? Whatever we do, we don't want to compromise the spine, which means that our habit of bending at the waist, pretending there's a joint there, needs to stop. What do I mean? So if I'm sitting in my chair, I may just boom forward and roll up, okay? That's not what we're designed to do. My hip joint, all I do is if I'm sitting up on my sit bones, I sit forward and come up. Do you know what that movement's called? A squat. The torso, from the top of the head through the tailbone, doesn't change. And we'll get into this more. I just want your mind to start opening to this. So if I do that, I'm not rolling through the bones and the muscles are being compromised. But if I do that, then the glutes and the leg muscles have to work to bring me up, which is their job. One last body part that we want to talk about. The only part of our body that doesn't have a bony encasing directing the muscles is our abdomen. Our abdominal muscles are like a corset to hold our internal organs in. We need to work our abdominals by understanding our breath, understanding breathing, because most people breathe shallowly up in the chest. There's these little breaths, and then that puts us into fight and flight because we've got so much to do, and that's the way we'll accomplish by being stressed. You know, they've proven, they've tested school kids, the ones who are anxious and stressed before they go in, do less well than the ones who are calm and focused. We conserve our energy and direct it. So just to end this, close your eyes, put both feet on the floor, sitting on your sit bones. Those are the two bony bones on your butt. If you're not sure, just rock side to side and feel them. Then feel your feet on the floor. Let your feet lengthen and widen out against the floor. And then I want you to feel your length in the front, as if you're zipping up your front. You lengthen up the front and sensing the length in your back. Equal. We want to support the spine equally. And close your eyes, letting your hands rest on your thighs, shoulders relax, dropping down, giving into gravity, shoulder blades, hugging your back, dropping down and slightly together, just resting there. And then you're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, filling your tummy up into your chest, and release that breath. Just noticing Ribs close, tummy contracts in. Inhale, tummy fills with air. Ribs open and release that breath. One more time. Deep breath in all the way down to your toes from the top of your head. And let that breath go. As you're sitting there, I want you to imagine that there's a magnet on the ceiling lifting you by the very top of your head. Not in here, not here. Right in the back top of your head, a little taller and a little taller and just a little taller. Noticing your own rhythm of breath. I want you to feel the absence of effort in being here. See, alignment is release. It's the opposite of resistance. Everything's released, supported by gravity. Stay here, breathe, and bring your questions into the...